Digi loved crypto, not just loved. Bitcoin, a classic, sure. Ethereum, solid, dependable. But Omni was different. Omni was the future. He'd found it early on, a scrappy little coin with big dreams. Digi, a dreamer himself, bought in big. His friends, less enthused, called it Digi's folly. Digi just smiled, they'd see. Omni was going to the moon. Digi devoured every bit of news about Omni. He joined Telegram groups, lurked on Reddit forums. He learned the lingo hodl to the moon, diamond hands. Digi, he decided, had diamond hands. He wasn't selling, not now, not ever. He believed. He believed in the tech, the community, the of Omni. Omni, like all cryptos, was volatile. One day, it was soaring, making Digi feel like a genius. The next, it was plummeting, leaving him staring at his phone in disbelief. His friends, never ones to miss an opportunity, would chime in. "How's Omni doing, Digi? Still on the moon?" Digi would shrug it off. "Just a dip," he'd mutter. "It'll bounce back." And sometimes it did. But the dips were getting deeper, the bounces weaker. Still, Digi held on. He truly believed in Omni's potential. It promised faster transactions, lower fees, real-world applications. It was everything Bitcoin wasn't. It was the underdog, the disruptor. And Digi, he loved rooting for the underdog. The more Omni struggled, the more determined Digi became. He doubled down, bought the dips, ignored the naysayers. He became Omni's biggest cheerleader, its most vocal advocate. He even convinced his skeptical roommate, a guy who still paid for pizza with cash, to buy a few Omni. "Think of it as an investment in our future," Digi had urged. His roommate, after much eye-rolling, reluctantly agreed. Digi was nothing if not persuasive. Plus, Digi made a mean batch of cookies. But even Digi had moments of doubt. Late at night, staring at the charts, he'd wonder, was he being stubborn, foolish? Had he fallen for a pipe dream? But then he'd remember why he'd invested in the first place. He believed in Omni, and that, he decided, was all that mattered. The crypto world was a roller coaster. Digi knew that. He'd just chosen to ride the Omni Express. It was a wild ride, full of exhilarating highs and stomach-churning lows. But Digi, he was strapped in. He'd seen the potential, felt the excitement. He wasn't getting off this ride anytime soon. Omni, for all its volatility, had taught him a valuable lesson: patience and perseverance. He'd learned to weather the storms, to trust his instincts. He'd learned that sometimes the most rewarding journeys are also the bumpiest. And so, Digi held on, his diamond hands clutching his phone. The future was uncertain, the ride was wild. But Digi, he was ready. He was ready to ride the crypto wave, with Omni leading the charge.